Good evening and welcome to Unico Desde 1979. This evening, a cigar review, quite a special one. The Davidoff Dominicana 2014. A lovely looking Robusto. I've got to say, a few of these got sent to me previously. The wrapper on this is just fantastic. It's a Dominican Republic hybrid 257. It's just thick and rich. I can't wait to light it up. I've had a couple of these before. They are sensational, but I thought I'd do a video review. And my time in Malaysia is coming to an end. I'll be heading back to Sydney very, very soon, this weekend actually. So I thought, why not one last video review on the balcony. You can see it's dusk here in Kuala Lumpur. And so quite a good reason to do such a cigar review for this brand and for this cigar as well. So if you haven't, it's made a bit of noise lately, but it's one I'm keen to get into. Similar format to other times, other reviews. I'm not going to talk too much, we'll get straight into it. I'll cut in and out from each third and give you an update about how it's progressing. But just to give you an idea, wrapper is Dominican Republic Hybrid 257. The binder is from Ecuador, Hybrid 151. And the filler, there's too many fillers to name right now very quickly, but they're all Dominican Republic and they're all aged at least 6 years, hence the 2014. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers. May have missed it at the beginning, but I am smoking the Robusto, 52 by 5 1/8 inches long. It also comes in a Toro and a short Robusto as well, if you prefer those formats, but I'm giving this one a run tonight. Cheers. Here we are. This is the coming into the first third of this Davidoff Dominicana 2014. Really interesting start. There's a real dry earthiness in there. You can taste the rich soil, rich Dominican soil, rich Ecuadorian soil for the wrapper. Not sure, but it's that earthiness, that soil, but a dry, not a sort of a wet soil, a very dry earthiness to it. There's some really nice subtle red pepper notes, especially on the retrohale that come through. There's warm rum as well. I mean, if you're going to pair, I usually go with a rum tequila for pairing, but it's definitely got sort of like a warm, not overly sweet, but there's the rum and molasses notes in there. There's a little bit of a citrus spiciness in there, hard to put my finger on, but there's definitely sort of something there that gets my sort of senses going in terms of the citrus notes as well. The smoke is really thick and creamy. Delightful start to this cigar, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the wrapper on this cigar is just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's just a tasty cigar so far. I'd put it in sort of the medium bodied category, and I'll let you know how that progresses as well. Cheers. G'day. Approaching the middle of this Davidoff Dominicana, going very, very nicely so far. The red pepper that I mentioned at the beginning has dropped off somewhat. It's still there in the retrohale a little bit, but what I'm getting is a really warm, spicy note. You could call it a rum or molasses, sort of sweet spiciness, I guess you call it. Hard to put my finger on exactly what it is. There's a little bit of that citrus still there coming through, very, very subtle though. But yeah, just a really lovely cigar so far. The smoke is still thick and creamy, and yeah, just a really, really enjoyable cigar so far. The intensity has dropped off. It's definitely approached a bit of a softer, mellower style of smoke halfway through. Still in that medium bodied range. But yeah, lovely cigar. Here we are into the final third, or approaching the final third. I've got to say it's dropped off somewhat. I was expecting a little bit more sort of strength and power towards the end. That's not a bad thing, just saying that it sort of has dropped off and I have noticed it. You still have that warm spiciness, that warm rum note. There's a little bit of red pepper in the retrohale. But it really hasn't it did drop off after that first third into the middle third where it was a bit mellower, and it seems to continue to be mellow into the final third. So it doesn't end with a bit of a kick that I was expecting. And as I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but overall a fantastic cigar, really well-rounded, balanced, on the bodied side towards this end, still medium bodied. I was expecting it to sort of the strength to increase, coming up to a more full-bodied cigar. But otherwise a thoroughly enjoyable smoke. Davidoff's done it again. The wrapper is a sight to behold in itself, but the blend is phenomenal and a really enjoyable cigar, regardless of it dropping off a little bit towards the end in terms of strength and flavor profile. But a fantastic smoke. Grab some if you can. You won't be disappointed. Cheers.